Why do most romantic relationships fail, and why do people often repeat the same mistake over and over and over again? During this video, what we're going to do is we're going to uncover a formula to unpack romantic relationships, as well as looking at the story of Zendaya and Tom Holland and how and why I think their relationship is still thriving. It may change in the future, but currently I feel it's in a good spot.
Go back to any scene. I'd like to go back to the making out in the rain upside down scene. Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. Is it?
The first A in the formula is aligned attraction. So this is the one that's slightly separate because the other 4 A's are around building an incredible friendship, which if you look through Tom Holland and Zendaya's story is how they first started. But to bring in a sort of certain romantic chemistry, there needs to be a level of attraction. So this is physical and sexual attraction.
You're from set? Oh, that's good.
So how badly do you want to kiss this person, or how badly do you want to sleep with this person, is how it's bluntly phrased. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you on that scale in relation to this person? This may change and evolve over time, but currently, how do you feel about this person in relation to that? The second A is authenticity. And as you can see in the following clips, there are certain traits that signal to us that someone is being authentic. Is how honest I can be about something and what I'm going through.
Remember? I farted on you.
You did, fart on my leg.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
2 is how vulnerable I can be about who I am, and say when I'm having a vulnerable conversation is often where I'm seen as being authentic. So it's just owning the parts of myself often that I viewed as shameful, as guilty, with the right person in the right time. It doesn't mean oversharing.
Friends coming together, like experiencing this world, going through the same problems at the same times, having a shoulder to cry on, has been a huge thing for the pair of us. And with
3 is communicating from a place of love, like wanting the best for this person and wanting the best for myself. An unwillingness to be unkind to myself, or an unwillingness to be unkind to that person.
Who is your hero in real life? Zendaya.
Tom Holland.
Third one is aligned values, and we could go really deep into this topic, but essentially it's what's most important to you. The activities, the feelings, the environments, the skills, what is most important to you right now, even the virtues around who you think you should be. Aligned values is essentially what you deem to be most important to you, or at least that's how I define it. And if someone else values what you value, then you're going to be in an alignment. And I use the word alignment and not exactly the same. Even though Tom Holland and Zendaya are both in the movie industry, it's very interesting that even if they were, and even if people are in different industries, if someone supports you and wants the best for you in that role versus someone's demeaning, doesn't really like what you're doing, doesn't really value or respect what is really important to you, it's hard to maintain that relationship, and it's often not going to work out. And often the first check is to see, am I actually aligned with my own values first before trying to align with someone else's? And essentially this is found by following what you really love, what you're passionate about. As cliche as it may sound, what you're really interested in and curious about often turns into what you really value, and you spend a lot of time towards. So are you aligned on your values? Scale of 1 to 10, how aligned are you?
No, I was just gonna say that, you changed, but in all the right ways.
Next is aligned vision. So this means how your future and how you see your future. Because sometimes you can both agree that you only want to have fun for a short period of time, but if you both know that, then there's no resentment or anger afterwards. You're both clear on what you want and where you're going. So it's important to align your vision together. So do you see yourselves, how far into the future do you see yourself with this person? Do you see yourself with this person 10 years into the future until you die? Or is it just like, I just want to meet this person for like a week? But if you'll determine what you want your future and the future that you'd most love to create would be like. And then from that place, does this person belong with me in that future? Or do we see both our futures changing directions? So we can have all the authenticity, the aligned values, but if we don't see ourselves in the future and it doesn't practically make sense, then it's not going to work out.
one of the most incredible people I've ever met, and
and I love it a bit. The most special parts of all of this is the fact that I got to become Holland.
Lastly, the fifth one is simply appreciation. So this is essentially after you've spent time with this person, how thankful are you that you spend time with this person? On a scale of 1 to 10, like how thankful, how much gratitude do you have for this person in your life? And this can be reflected for ourselves first. So with all of these A's, it's probably most important that we check it with ourselves first. So then once you've added up your scores out of the 5 A's, you should have a total of around 50. And you want to see where you score in that 50. After all the clips I watched, this was my guesstimate of their score, which is 44 out of 50. They could be higher, they could be lower. I don't have an in-depth view of their relationship, but I'm curious what your thoughts are after learning this framework. Sometimes it's just a bit of work and action you can put in. Sometimes it's leaving the relationship and knowing it's not worth it. But just seeing on a scale of 1 to 50, where you currently feel in relation to this relationship and what you think will do to it to improve. Because often we go, I really want to improve my relationship, but I don't know how. So this is like, I'm going to cut myself short there because I could keep going on and on and on. But thank you so much for listening, and I hope you don't fail as bad as this clip in your romantic relationships. If this video has done one thing but prevent you from having that outcome, it's been a success.